truthbroadcastnetwork.com.
Join you, evolution from Australopithecus, primitive commercial shit, the hardcore lyricists, your wax is useless, rappers are dropping like Icarus, technological revolution.
Can you hear me as a robot?
No, we cannot hear you as a robot. What up? It is Friday, April 26th, and we are here with John K. This is the rundown. What's up, guys?
What's up, guys? Good to have you.
So, Friday. What are we doing today, man? We don't even know.
Winging it once again.
I mean, this is going to be the common theme. Winging it because we can do whatever we want, right? Oh, good old podcast. But apparently we are going to have Matt Larson at the bottom of the hour. He's going to be letting me know as soon as he can get in touch with us, and we're going to be talking to him about a few of his political videos and maybe some stuff outside of the videos. What's he do in a regular day, and find out about him. But so I was looking at some interesting things that I thought we should go over today. Like, I saw that Mark Dice actually was going to be on Fox News, so I figured we should maybe start the show with the little clip from Fox News with Mark Dice, because he's actually like a cool guy, a friend of mine. I met him at Bilderberg. I'm going to try to get him on the show. I actually asked him. I'm sure he's busy, but you never know. I said, man, just come on our low-grade podcast. That's all you got to do. But it'd be cool if he just came and hang out, you know what I mean? Nothing fancy.
And was this posted about 11 hours ago, the Mark Dice video?
Yes, yeah, it was.
Oh, is this about the petitions repealing the Sixth Amendment?
Yeah, exactly. And it's on Fox News. And see, that's the thing. I like how back in the day, Mark got in a lot of trouble with Fox News, and they were kind of after him. And now here they are letting him back on the air. So I'm just gonna. It's only like a 3-minute clip. I'm just gonna play it real quick.
Yeah, that's fine.
If we can get it loaded here. All right, here it goes.
Repeal the 7th Amendment and the 6th too, and that will help speed up the trial process, or just eliminate it once someone is charged with a crime. We're just repealing the 7th Amendment. Thank you. The problem is, people get stuck in the court cases, and it takes a long time. So eliminating the 7th Amendment will help speed that up. Thank you.
Oh man. Media critic and social analyst Mark Dice was the man behind.
Oh my goodness, it cut off. That's what happens when you have ad blocker.
Media critic and social analyst Mark Dice was the man behind that petition, and joins us once again live from San Diego. Good morning to you, Mark. I guess you decided to take your mission to the other Bill of Rights because you talked originally with some of these people in California about the First and Second Amendment. You moved on to 6 and 7, huh?
It's incredible. I just keep going and going, and all I have to do usually is just mention the keywords, will you support Obama? And their eyes light up, and they're literally signing their rights away. And I want to make the point that these videos, these petition videos, I'll fill the petition up with a dozen or so people in 15 to 20 minutes. It is absolutely staggering, the level of ignorance in Southern California.
But it's after you say this helps the president, you just keep going on and on and on, and you say the most outrageous things possible, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't stop them from signing.
No, I don't think these people can walk and chew gum at the same time, or in this case, sign a petition and actually listen. It's absolutely incredible. All I do is tell them, hey, I pretend to be like a politician, and I just promise them something that's going to do exactly the opposite.
That sounds
in
familiar.
this case, speeding up the court system by, just removing the 6th Amendment that guarantees us the right to a speedy trial. The light bulb didn't go off in anybody's head. The only people who didn't stop to sign it were people that just didn't want to be bothered. But everybody who stopped and listened to me just signed their rights away.
So yeah, what do we get from this, Mark? What are we supposed to conclude from this?
People need to turn off their celebrity news. People need to start reading newspapers. We've become an extremely lazy culture and ignorant. And so I think the zombie apocalypse is starting here in California. So we need to stop it from spreading to the rest of the country. We need to have people reading newspapers. People need to start reading books. People need to turn off their celebrity news and their American Idol. We're laughing at this because it's funny on one level, but we really should be crying because
we should be,
the
Mark.
Bill of Rights.
Yeah, we should be, because I have a sneaking suspicion it's not just California. I think if you took this show on the road, you'd find it, unfortunately, not our Fox viewers, but you might find it in every other state.
A lot of the comments on my Facebook page and on the YouTube channel say that the people, the level of zombies, as I call them, it seems to be the case all over the country. And it's incredible. Like I said, 15 to 20 minutes. The videos are only 5 to 6 minutes long, and I actually have to cut out a lot of people because it just becomes redundant. It would be a 15-minute long video.
It pretty much wraps up there, but it's like I like how she adds in, well, not our Fox viewers. Like they're the smartest viewers around. The Fox viewers. I can't.
Yeah, there's a couple of those videos with the petitions. One of the other one was, did you see where he said something to do with Nazi Germany? The other Mark Dice video.
Oh, yeah, the petition that he did with InfoWars you're talking about? Yeah. It's just ridiculous. He basically says whatever he wants, and as long as he says that he supports Obama, the people will just sign all their rights away, and that's why Mark Dice is the man. I mean, a lot of people don't like him because he had that feud with Alex Jones, but apparently, they're working together.
Alex said he literally doesn't care about that anymore, and he's pretty much beyond the point of getting mad at people. He said, like, we all need to start working together, and I agree with that, actually.
Yeah, me too. And like I told Mark when he started making those videos like months ago about Alex that, you know what, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, and it is what it is, and here we are now. They're working together, so wouldn't you know? Now some people, like, I saw some comments on our YouTube that was like, oh, Mark Dice and Alex Jones are disinfo and da-da-da-da. I'm not going to say that because, I've met these guys in real life, and they're not disinfo. They're just regular guys, and, people can all, now they're going to say that I'm disinfo when I'm just like a regular guy, you know what I mean? It's like,
we agree with the disinfo agents, so we're disinfo as well.
I mean, it's just like, I literally like sat next to Alex Jones like while he was like eating a steak and drinking wine, and I was just like, you know what I mean? This guy is not some fucking shill, you know what I mean? This is a regular Texan guy. He's eating a steak. He's at Bilderberg, you know what I mean? It's like, no, it's legit. It's legit. He's got that attitude that turns people away. You either love him or you hate him, and I think that's where the shill and the disinfo comes from.
Yeah.
Plus,
I think another thing is the reason why people can't really watch his show, because the way he presents it is so in your face, and he gets so powerful with his speeches that I think it scares people away, actually.
Yeah, it definitely can. That's for sure. I mean, I definitely tried to show certain people Alex Jones, back in the day, and then like they're instantly turned off. Like, I can't listen to this. It's not my style of intaking information.
Oh, this guy screams too much. It must not be true. It's
exactly.
Come on, guys.
Well, speaking,
Paul Revere was screaming too. Like, gotta get used to it in times like this.
Exactly. Now, speaking of InfoWars, while we're on the subject, I found this video on LiveLeak of Dan Bidandi getting harassed when he was at Boston, covering the Boston Marathon bombing. And as most of you guys probably heard, he was actually, you know, shutting down the press conferences by asking real questions, and then like somebody called him a troll and da da da, and this type of stuff is going to happen. Now what I'm trying to do is find the video of him literally being harassed outside of the press conference. Some guys just like laying into him, and this is common when you ask real questions. This is the type of attacks you're gonna get sometimes, and you just have to roll with it. Now, I kind of wish that Dan would have had some snazzier comebacks, but he definitely held his cool. If I can't get it to load, dang it! Oh, here it is. Got it. I'm gonna pull this over. It's on Live Leak. Now these guys are bragging about how they own Dan Bidandi. It doesn't sound like they owned him to me. It's a bunch of disrespectful crap, but I think you guys should be able to see it, that's for sure. John, are you going to be able to see this or hear it?
Yeah, I'll just go to the live feed. That'll be fine.
Okay, I'm going to play it right now.
Tell me what it is.
Dude, don't put your camera in my face, because
I'm not putting it in your face. It's nowhere near you. I don't care, dude. This is my neighborhood. Who the fuck are you?
Good for you. We're here trying to...
You're trying to what? You're trying to like put more right-wing conspiracy theories? You're not covering what's going on here. Your boy said this was a false flag. The bomb that blew up people was a false flag. What is that supposed to mean? No, the FBI's behind the bombing. That's what you're here to cover. And that's why I'm the asshole. Because the FBI blew up those people at the Boston Marathon. That's right. That's because you're a dope. And what you say is dangerous, and people like you shouldn't be able to drive a car, much less espouse your opinions in public. But we have a First Amendment, we got to protect it. But you're an asshole, and so's Alec Jones. You're welcome. And that's the nicest thing I can say about you, you son of a bitch. Yeah.
Anything else you gotta say?
Yeah, I just said it.
Yeah,
motherfucker.
keep going.
Yeah, I'll keep going.
Yeah, come on.
Good. Wait for you to say something come out of your fucking mouth that isn't retarded.
You're on camera everywhere.
I don't give a fuck.
You're the smart guy. Yeah, tell
I am the smart guy. Because I'm not standing there saying the FBI blew up the people at the Boston Marathon, you fucking shitheel.
Tell everybody here.
I'm not telling people the FBI blew up the Boston Marathon, but you're saying that. So why don't you tell everybody you're saying that? Because I don't care who thinks I don't care if people think I'm an asshole. I'm not saying the FBI blew up innocent people. You're saying that. And that's what makes you a dumbass.
Oh, yeah?
So there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
yeah.
why are you in my fucking neighborhood?
Because I want to be.
Yeah. You're unwelcome in this motherfucking neighborhood. Yeah. Go tell everybody what you think. Tell everybody the FBI blew up the Boston Marathon. No, you just said the FBI blew up the Boston Marathon. So why don't you own it and stop being a pussy?
Oh, yeah, I did say that.
Don't be a pussy, dude. Tell everybody.
So, I mean,
everybody here loves to hear that the
you pretty much get the idea. We don't need to play the whole thing of him harassing dude, but it's like, you know, he's just there trying to ask some questions, and you're getting harassed by like these liberal type that think they know everything. You know, it's like, if the guy is just asking a question, what's the problem with that? What's the problem with that? Definitely.
Yeah, I think it's pretty, it's pretty out there. That guy just seemed like he was paid to run his mouth, to be honest.
You know, I thought that, but I went and looked, and I found this guy's Facebook because I wanted to see if he was like a legitimate guy. And he's got his own news thing, and, he's just a jealous hater. And I thought about maybe letting people know his personal Facebook link, but I was like, that's probably wrong. I'm not gonna give away this guy's personal Facebook because that's bad karma. I wouldn't want somebody to do that to me, even though
they'll find out who he is soon enough.
Yeah. I mean, if I could do a simple Facebook search and find him, I'm sure other people can, but
yeah, that guy's just mad that InfoWars is getting like what 20-30 million views a day now.
Yeah, and he's getting all like pit bullish, like this is my neighborhood. Like, yet you didn't ask any real questions, did you? You didn't have the balls to ask what really happened. You just accepting some bullshit story that you're being fed.
Yeah, probably because he accepted the paycheck too.
Speaking of paycheck, apparently Zuckerberg made off with like 2.3 billion in stock in Facebook.
Oh wow, that's right after they didn't have to pay any of those taxes, right?
Yeah, so he's pretty much got that was his payday, you know what I mean? Like that was his exit out of the private sector, and now he's just going to sit on his money.
Do you remember those reports that came out maybe a year or two ago, maybe a year and a half ago, about how Zuckerberg is a different identity for Jacob Greenberg?
Yeah,
and how he's supposedly David Rockefeller's grandson.
Yeah, I'm not big on that. The biggest Zuckerberg conspiracy that I feel has a little bit of pull is the jacket. Did you see him get all hot and have to take the jacket off that one time?
What happened?
He was doing this interview. I'm surprised you never seen this, man. He was doing an interview, I forgot with who, at some college, and he's got his Illuminati jacket on. And you know how when you're a Freemason, they wear the aprons, and one side is like the white side, which represents the light, and the back side is like dark, and it represents like evil and all that.
Yeah.
So basically, he had this jacket on, but when he took the jacket off, there was like this weird, I don't know what you want to call it, design on the inside of the jacket that was also the Star of David, which, I mean, I don't want to go there with the Zionism stuff, but it's like, it could be legitimate. But anyway, it ties into secret societies and all this stuff, and it was just basically this weird symbol, but he was just like so weird about taking off the jacket, and then the lady saw it, and she made a deal about it, and she even said something along the lines of like Illuminati, and he was like literally dripping in sweat, man. He was like, oh my god, like I don't know. He
probably just joined or something and is like freaking out.
I can't believe I almost have to play that, just the part where he freaks out, just so there's like the reference. Zuckerberg jacket. Oh, here it is right here.
Cite your sources, Mr. Big P Zone.
Well, it's just I'm not gonna play the whole thing. I'm just gonna.
Do you feel like it's a backlash, or do you feel like you're violating people's privacy? Do you feel like
asking
you're
about
adequately
Facebook
portrayed
privacy
as a? Because they want to wonder about the person who actually created this thing.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff happened along the way.
Let's skip to the jacket part. Here it is.
We're not going to yell at it.
No, of course not. It is a warm hoodie.
Yeah, no, it's a thick hoodie. It's a company hoodie. We print our mission on the inside.
What?
They print their mission.
The inside of the hoodie, everybody. Take a moment. What is it? Making the
world more open and connected.
Oh my God! It's like a secret cult.
Oh, it's a secret cult, she said.
Oh, it's a new world order jacket, right?
Stream graph platform, and this weird symbol in the middle that is probably for the Illuminati. Oh, 2010.
Wow. No, it's 2010.
Okay. Oh no.
So, that's what I was referring to for anybody that hasn't seen that. Definitely strange. I mean, I don't own any weird Illuminati jackets, do you?
No, I don't.
Then again, I'm not the creator of Facebook either. So, I'm not cool enough to have an Illuminati jacket. So, Matt Larson should be coming on in about 10-15 minutes. He said he will be home soon. He just sent me a message, so that's cool. We're going to have a talk with him. Let's check to see if there's anything we should just cover here for about 10 minutes here. What do we have here? Oh, this is kind of an interesting story that's going around. the mother, apparently, of the Boston bombers, which we got to come back to again because we're desperate for news. The mother of the Boston bomber was on the terror watch list, apparently. And now they're saying that she may be the one that radicalized the older brother.
Oh, this is also they can take her out next, right?
Yeah, and it's very strange that that this is coming out. Now, I heard a report that the mother came out and said something along the lines of that the blood was paint. And I hope that's just a false report, but she may have seen some of those reports going on that said the blood was paint, and I really hope that she's not going with that angle because that's not going to get anywhere. But it's definitely interesting that they are now painting the mother as a suspect of radicalizing the son.
Yeah.
So what does that mean now? They can go after her? I mean, can we just blame anyone we want now?
Well, we'll see if they pull a Chris Dorner and they're riddling, cars full of bullet holes who they think, it might be her car. So we'll see what happens with that, I guess.
It's definitely strange. Let's see. Was that your Skype?
What happened?
I just got a Skype message. I'm not sure who from. I wonder if that was Matt.
Yeah, perhaps. Now, did you hear that story about the that they're trying to put out about how they found landing gear from the 9/11 plane?
No, wait. Go ahead. What do you got with that?
Yeah, they apparently they said that they found part of the landing gear between New York City buildings. That was supposedly lost there since 9/11.
Wow! No, yeah, I didn't hear about that one.
Check that. Put that link up on screen, man.
Let's pull this link up.
Honestly, I think it's just a distraction. There's such a big conspiracy now. They're coming out saying, all the conspiracy people, unraveling the Boston bombing. So let's throw them, 9/11 stuff and make them pay attention to that instead.
All right, let's put the part of landing gear. This is literally from an hour ago. Literally, this is a fresh story. So let's put this on screen real quick. Let's see what we got here. I'm just trying to resize it.
Yeah, my viewers just sent me that, so I'm like, wow, they're trying hard to distract us with this one.
Well, let's go ahead and read it. A rusted 5-foot-tall piece of landing gear believed to be one of the hijacked planes destroyed in the September 11th attacks has been discovered near World Trade Center, wedged between a luxury apartment building and a mosque site that has prompted virulent national debate about Islam and freedom of speech. The twisted metal part jammed in a sliver of open space between the buildings, has cables and levers on it, and is about 3 feet wide and 1.5 feet deep. It includes a clearly visible Boeing Co. identification number, the New York Police Department spokesman Paul Brown said Friday. The odds of this thing being wedged between there is amazing, Brown said, adding that it was not surprising that it went undiscovered for more than a decade given the location. It had fallen just the right way to make it into that space. Other World Trade Center wreckage has been discovered at the buildings and around the area in the past. Well, so you think this is legit?
It's kind of odd to me. I mean, I feel like it was pretty much cleaned up in the past 10 years, but I mean, what better time to unleash, another little piece of evidence to do with 9/11 than right after bombings that, we have so much proof on of conspiracy. It's ridiculous.
And now I don't know, why it couldn't be that, but it's so weird that it's like a stray bullet. It's like the bullet that got left on the gurney. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, here it is. But
what I'm wondering is this piece of the plane going to be, quickly confiscated by the FBI, taken and smelted before we can do any, bomb blast residue testing on it? That's what I'm wondering.
Hold on 1 second.
Because if this thing is a piece of the plane, it apparently blew off in the blast, because the plane was in one piece until it hit. So you never know, man. They might find the residue, we've been looking for 10 years on there, of the possible explosives, thermite. Who knows what they'll find?
Or they'll find like the Bin Laden fingerprints.
Yeah, on the bottom of the wheel, on the cables. He made the plane himself.
You never know. You never know, man. They can pretty much take this whatever way they want. They can turn it into some type of national park. Like, oh, this is now part of the holy September 11th ground. Since
they'll probably make a giant statue of the landing gear, and everyone will have to worship it.
Well, I mean, that's what they did out in the field of Flight 93. There's a whole memorial out there now.
Yeah.
Where they found that hole in the ground. But definitely interesting. I'm interested to see where that will go. Anything else that we can cover really quick before Matt Larson?
Did you see that they're not ruling out a possible third suspect in the Boston bombing?
I did see that as well.
From Fox News?
Yes, I did see that earlier this morning. I'll pull that one out. It says, just in, investigators not ruling out third suspect. I didn't really go into it, but I assume this might have to do with the article I saw earlier about the bombs being triggered by some type of toy. I don't know if you saw that one, but there was an article earlier that said that they may have used some toy remote control to set off the bombs. So I wonder if this has anything to do with it. It says they did not rely on cell phone detonators using a line of sight speed controller from a remote controlled toy. Yep, so they did use a toy. Doesn't say what.
How many different types of bombs are they going to say it was, though? First, it's a pressure cooker. Now it's a timed bomb. It's like every week it changes to it. Next, it'll be a nuclear warhead that went off.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
It says a national security source who spoke on the condition of anonymity. He remained anonymous. Said it is believed one or both of the brothers used the controllers to detonate the bombs, but the involvement of a third person to trigger the devices still has not been ruled out. Harrods said that there is no evidence of a third suspect at the scene, but investigators are poring over the Tsarnaev brothers' computers in an attempt to learn more, which they probably will. She said it's also significant that the bomb-making process is not part of the Al-Qaeda propaganda magazine, Inspire, which contains how-to information on bomb-making. So there you go. That's a national security source saying that it was not an Al-Qaeda bomb.
Yeah, because they make all their bombs a certain way. I mean...
So that's definitely...
Well, I mean, if they know how the bomb was made, why is there all this speculation? It's like, oh, well, it wasn't an Al-Qaeda bomb, but we know that it was, using a toy. Or it's like they just can't get their story right. Even their next story contradicts the story before that. It just gets more weird and more weird until nobody cares anymore.
And not to mention... the push that Bloomberg's using now, that he wants to be this surveillance king. He wants to make New York the surveillance hub of the world with the most cameras ever.
Yeah, so he can have the people who are drinking big gulps get billy clubbed every day. He's like, it's not going to pass, but once police see you with your big gulps, you'll be beaten for sure. It's just like another way to get control, even though it's not a law, you know?
All right. Well, let's let people know a little bit about Matt Larson. I'm gonna look up one of his vids so we can kind of show you what he's about. I'll play a little clip here of the kind of work that Matt does. Good guy. Talk to him a lot. Let's go ahead and play his martial law story that he made the other day. Throw it up for you.
What if we as a nation came to realize that the quest for empire eventually destroys all great nations?
Hey, welcome back everyone. I am Matt Larson, and kind of having time to reflect back and look back at the whole situation that took place over in Boston after the Boston Marathon bombings. Whether you believe it was a false flag or is a true event, with the details still coming out and everything still really scrambled when you see all these pictures of other people walking around that. Hey, welcome back everyone. Believe it was a false flag or is a true event, with the details still coming out and everything still really scrambled when you see all these pictures of other people walking around that look like somehow government official or military trained men with earpieces in and backpacks on their back that look identical to the actual backpack that they're circulating the photos of, the bomb being held in that one. That is beyond the point. What really is scaring me is the people of Boston's willingness to put up with martial law, and then for the city and for the government to go and kind of actually like glorify what took place. They were threatening to arrest people if they left their homes during the manhunt. The whole city of Boston was shut down. It was a ghost town. The only people you saw on the streets were the policemen in their all black outfits. I mean, fully automatic rifles, everything that you would think 1984 would look like. That's what Boston looked like. I mean, there's this one picture that I saw that really kind of, I really can't really describe it other than it was a policeman with his rifle carrying 2 jugs of milk for a family because they were not allowed to go out and get milk for their family. The government had to supply it for the people. And that really is what martial law is about. It's about them being in control and you not having rights. If you want something, you have to go through the government to get it. And I watch sports. I mean, I watched the Boston game just because I wanted to see what the commentators were going to be saying, and as I just suspected, they were glorifying the police on how they did such a great job, and they never talked about how everyone was willing to just forfeit their Fourth Amendment to go and have this suspected bomb suspect caught. To me, I'm not willing to sacrifice my freedoms and liberties just for safety. You know, there's a good quote saying that those that are willing to sacrifice their liberties for safety shall receive and deserve neither. So, I don't know. It's just one of those deals where I was really kind of saddened to see how they're glorifying all these different things that took place in Boston with martial law being implemented and not a whole lot of backlash on that. Even Fox News is not talking about it. They're still just glorifying this police state that took place in Boston, and it's something that I hope I don't see, but I have a little bit of suspicion that we might see things like this roll out to other cities when similar events take place. So I want to know, my question to you guys today is, do you think that you can see this happening in future cases down the road in the United States? Leave your answers in a text or video response down below, but for now I ask that you guys please thumbs up this video, share it with friends and family. If you're new to my videos, make sure you click that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the current.
So that's pretty much Matt Larson. He does videos all the time, so we're going to try to bring him to the call now. Let's just bring him up live.
Hello.
What's up, Matt? This is Mike and John. We're doing the rundown. You're live on the air.
Nice. How's it going, guys?
I'm pretty good, man.
So we just showed like a little clip of your martial law video that you put out a couple days ago, and just to kind of give people an idea of, you know, your material if they don't really know who you are yet. So kind of give us an idea of like how you got started off and what made you kind of follow, say, the ideals of like Ron Paul and whatnot.
What kind of got me started, actually, was back in 2007, roughly. I had a friend of mine that I worked with kind of introduced me to Alex Jones and started talking about 9/11 and other stuff like that. And it really kind of got me curious, I guess, just on the whole, holy crap, there might be another side of the story kind of thing. So that kind of woke me up to it, and then that really drew me to the guy named Ron Paul. Ron Paul was probably the most influential person when it actually came to curing my apathy towards actual politics, talking about them, realizing how big of a deal they actually had when it comes to involving yourself and the impact they have on your life. So in reality, what kind of got me to it was Alex Jones. Whether you believe in him 100% or not, I honestly think sometimes Alex is kind of hyping himself up, but the other times Alex has been the first person breaking the big stories. So is he human? Yeah, you know what? He is a businessman, but he's a damn good businessman and a truth teller the majority of the time too. So, you know what? Everyone has their own personal opinion on different people, and do I think Alex Jones is a good guy? Yeah. Is he in there to make a little money? Sure. But you know what? That's the capitalistic market at work right there. So if you can inform people and wake people up to the truth and still make a profit, why not do it?
Yeah, I completely agree. You know, I can't remember where I actually discovered you, but I know it was sometime prior to the 2012 election, and I just kind of maybe saw your videos getting passed around Facebook, and I was like, oh, who's this guy? And, you know, you were talking, you're basically giving at that point almost daily updates on the election, the candidates, you know, what Ron Paul was saying, the media lack of coverage. And it was just really cool that there's somebody out there that so many people could rely on to actually get this information. It's a really cool thing that you do, man.
Yeah, I was actually, at that time, I was over in Germany, actually. I was covering the election while I was in Frankfurt, Germany. I was living with my fiance over there, and I had so much time just devoted to that because there's a 7-hour time difference from the time it was in Germany compared to Central Time. So I would stay up till 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning watching the debates. I'd set an alarm, like I'd go to sleep early at night, and I'd wake up early in the morning, and I'd get up and I'd watch CNN or Fox News or any of these other major broadcasting networks on the computer. I'd find some type of website that would actually allow me to view it online. CNN and Fox would always air it, but some of the other people, MSNBC and these other places, they didn't always air it online. And I would go on there and I'd cover it, I'd take notes, and then afterward I'd instantly upload a response video to it. Of course, at that time when I first started out, I was recording audio with a small iPod Touch and then just doing a little slideshow over it on my computer that I actually got back in 2007, actually, as a graduation gift when I graduated high school. So I started as about as low tech as you could possibly think, but it was all strictly about content back then. It was about informing the people about what they weren't actually hearing in the mainstream media. When you'd hear Ron Paul answer a question about the golden rule and people would boo, you wouldn't hear about that in the media. You wouldn't hear about just the plain hypocrisy and just stupid answers and reactions by the media and the people booing the golden rule. I mean, do unto others that you want done unto you. I mean, how do you boo that? It's just, I wanted to cover what actually wasn't being covered in the media. And being over in Germany, I actually got to experience it firsthand, the blackout of Ron Paul overseas too. I would listen to what's called the AFN the Eagle, which was the Air Force radio over there in Germany, in Wiesbaden, Germany. They'd have an American radio station that would play American music. They'd talk about politics. The only two names you'd ever hear was Romney and Obama.
Yeah.
They would give out the election results from individual states, whether it's a caucus or an actual primary. In first place, Mitt Romney. Fourth place, Rick Santorum. In fifth place, Rick Perry. Well, who got second in so many states? You know, who got second and who actually won a few states too? Ron Paul.
Or even sometimes he got first, and they, you know, they'll only say,
Mitt Romney
got
picks
second.
up 23 delegates out of the Virgin Islands. Don't worry about who actually won the most votes on that. No, it's only about the delegates this time when Romney won the majority of the delegates. Minnesota, though, Mitt Romney came in first place. Don't worry, even though Ron Paul took 32 out of the 40 delegates.
It's definitely strange that even that same blackout reached overseas. That's definitely odd to me. I mean, you would assume that it was because, you know, that it wasn't being talked about in American coverage, that would be the reason why. But there was something behind that blackout. We don't have to go too far into that, but, you know.
Well, it's to keep just the public masses worldwide into this whole left-right paradigm where it's Republican against Democrat. There's no independent candidate. There's no middle person who's actually willing to represent the majority of the world's views on many topics. That's why Ron Paul was shut out of the international media, not just America. He was cut out worldwide.
Now, I'm not sure, do you remember the umbrella incident? Where did that take place? I don't remember. Was that in America? Where there was some type of speech in Romney, I think it was overseas, and Ron Paul, I think it was France maybe, Ron Paul supporters brought a banner and they held the red umbrellas to block the Ron Paul banners. Wasn't that overseas? If I remember correctly?
That was, oh my gosh, I want to say, I actually made a video about it, and that was overseas. I think it was actually, hold on, I got to find that actually now. There's a gigantic Ron Paul banner in the back of it. I can't remember exactly what country it was.
Let's see if I can Google it real quick. It was such a funny thing too, and they ran the guys out with the red umbrellas to block the banner, like it was gonna like that one banner was gonna influence the entire world. They're like, oh my god, block it with red umbrellas. No one would ever see it then.
I know what you're talking about. It was one of those videos where you couldn't even hide just the bias in it, because it was Romney in a fundraising effort overseas. And it's like, what the hell is Romney doing fundraising overseas? First of all, it's illegal.
It was in Poland.
Yes, it was Poland.
But I did recall that it was overseas. I just couldn't remember where. So you were saying me and you kind of talk sometimes on Facebook about sports, because I know you're a Vikings fan, I'm a Packers fan, and it's like that natural rivalry thing. And a lot of people in this movement or group or alternative media, they don't really like to talk about sports because they're like, oh, this is the gladiator simulated battle and this and that. And I'm not going to say that that's not true, but I don't.
Oh, they use sports to distract people. But you know what? If you're awake and you're able to enjoy the media that they give you and the different entertainment, why not? Exactly. You know what? I don't watch that much TV. The only TV show that I watch besides sports is The Walking Dead, and honestly, I watch that because it's badass. Like, there's a lot of cool killing in that. That's a cool show. It's like a man soap opera. Like, honestly, it is. The story behind it and just the different acting. It's a really good show. Now, if you're someone who only watches TV and you're not aware of politics, get the hell off the boob tube. But if you're actually aware and you can multitask, I have no problem with people watching sports or actual other TV as well. But you have to be able to distinguish reality to just fantasy world.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of people, like, they'll see somebody like you or me talking about sports and they'll be like, oh, that discredits you. And that's like, why are you talking about this? You should be worrying about, you know, UFOs or something else. And it's like, well, you know, can't I find like a balance to enjoy life as well? Like, you know, just because I'm fighting for the truth doesn't mean I have to sacrifice my entire life. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. There's sometimes I wish I had a political Facebook and like my actual Facebook, because I started out my Facebook as like just a me account, and the more and more subscribers I get on YouTube, the more people add me on there, the more politicized it gets, the more you don't talk about politics, the more feedback you get. I mean, if you look at my YouTube channel, probably the first 60, 70 videos I did, they were all like gag videos and like fun stuff. I'm a normal human being that likes humorous things. I have a life outside of politics. Do I definitely deeply engage myself in politics? Hell yes. But do I have things outside of politics and YouTube that I enjoy talking about? Yeah, I like shooting guns. I like technology. There's plenty of other things that I'd love to do with my YouTube channel, but I guarantee you if I went back to unboxing videos or video game reviews or talked about televisions that I have hanging on my walls, I would get chastised by the Liberty Movement. And I don't even like calling it the Liberty Movement, because I believe we've already gone over why it's not a movement. We're actually just the actual just thoughts of people. We want to be free. It's other people coming on in movements of the communism movement, the fascist movement, other movements trying to take away our right to life. Those people would come out there and they would just completely just call you a traitor for talking about things. Now, one of the videos that I put out the past week, I talked about how Rand Paul did not flip-flop on his stance on drones. Does that mean I completely agree on wanting drones in the skies? No. I went to school for law enforcement. When I think about it from a law enforcement point of view, I would love to have a drone doing my job. I don't want to put my life on the line every single day if I'm fighting a person, say, in a Chris Dorner style scenario where it's an actual evil Chris Dorner, not some guy who's just running from the cops, not shooting, not trying to kill the cops, and not some patsy that's just being used by the government to make people look evil. In an actual situation, would I rather use technology to make it safer for me to take down a target, whether it's me using a drone to shoot beanbags at this guy and immobilize him that way? Hell yes, I want drones to be used on that. But do I see where government could corrupt itself and use drones illegally and for unconstitutional purposes? Yes, I do. So until we actually come out with legislation, just like Governor Walker from Florida came out, I believe, yesterday or today, came out with anti-drone legislation banning drones in the state of Florida. Drones, I believe, should be used for every positive purpose they can. You know, it's well, like
it does depend also on
Governor
what
Rick
type
Scott.
of drone.
Rick
what
Scott.
type of drone you're using.
Well,
it's like we don't need Predator drones. You
no,
know,
we don't need
have to-
Hellfire missile drones in
Yeah.
America. But if you can get a drone that's going to shoot a beanbag at someone, or even to the extreme, maybe a semi-automatic rifle to where it's not going to have a crap ton of collateral damage and there's accuracy to it, because people say, oh, well, this stuff isn't accurate. You know what? Screw that. We can create a drone the size of a mosquito. Do you not think that we don't have the technology to hit a pinpoint, hit a dime from a quarter mile away? We have people with human error in it that can shoot the dime a mile away. There's no way technology can't take that out. Now, do I want technology to do that? No, I don't. But when we have it readily available to us, why not use it for the right reasons until it's legislated out of legality, when it's not legal anymore? Why not use it for the right purposes? And it's, I don't know, I struggle with it, because I'd love to see no drones in America, no drones in the world. Well, just because, sorry?
No, I was going to say, it's kind of like we had my buddy T-Mage on the show the other day, and he said, you know, technology is neutral. And you know, it's one of those things. Drones could be used for good or bad. And it's like, which way are we, the people, gonna decide to take that?
Well, I think if they were gonna have drones, they should be limited to, you know, a crime by crime basis. Maybe, you know, switch it on.
I think you should have to
dispatch
get a warrant for it.
Yeah, just like the helicopters. We don't have Blackhawks flying in just because somebody robbed a bank, you know. They dispatch the news helicopters, you know, to get an eye in the sky. You know, that's a lot better for the drone use. Maybe, like you said, the beanbag idea, that would work too. But like we said, there's no need for Hellfire missiles or Predator drones above our skies, especially in large numbers.
I'm not even really comfortable with arming the drone with like how Matt said, even a weapon. I know that's like an extreme that he wouldn't even want. But like I wouldn't even want that to take place. But it's like there's almost no avoiding that. That's the ultimate goal for them.
Like I said, I don't want drones in the skies, period. But right now, until we ban it, they're going to use it. So why not try to regulate it to where it's manageable for now? The only type of legislation that I've actually liked coming from the government lately is when they're repealing older legislation. So I'd love to see them pass more legislation repealing the use of drones. And when you think about it, the only people that give the government the power to actually use drones is the American people. That's where they get their power from. And honestly, if the government can use it, why do the American people not have commercial rights to using drones in the sky? If they have the ability to use firearms and weapons, why do we not have the same firepower as them?
Yeah.
It's definitely a legitimate point. I mean, it's one of the things that it's always seeming that they limit us any way they can, especially with technology. It's always coming back to technology. The public is always limited, and we have to fight to be able to use technology almost for good. Because it's like the public doesn't want to use technology for bad necessarily. They want to use it to help people and use it for good reasons. It's the corporations and the government that takes these technologies and is like, how can we use it to destroy and kill? And you know what I mean?
Well, it's an incrementalist society. So it's like what we fight for this year, they're going to push for more next year. So if we allow drones in the sky this year, next year it'll be okay. Can they have beanbags?
Exactly.
Year after that, can they have full autos? Year after that, can they have grenade launchers? It's like if you're going to have that, what's stopping them from just saying, okay, well we have armed drones in the sky. Let's just bring out the Blackhawks too and the F-16s. Might as well.
Well, what people need to realize, and we go back to the fact on how it kind of is incrementalized, we need to realize that the Constitution isn't limiting the powers of the people, it's limiting the powers of the government.
Yeah.
So when we talk about how we're giving the government this power, we're allowing it to happen. We already have a bill and an article written out there declaring what power the government has. And the 10th Amendment clearly states that also, that any powers not regulated at the federal government then come back to the states. So why do we not try to regulate it on a state-to-state basis, just like Governor Walker down in Florida has done? Why do we not do that by a state-by-state basis and ban drones?
Yeah, and I think that's what you're going to start to see. I think it was Rick Scott, and is Florida the only state? I think I saw something with Michigan.
Where's Walker from?
Walker is Wisconsin's governor. That would be my governor.
That's why I'm thinking about him.
Yeah, he would actually be my governor.
He's the bad guy that's for right-to-work states. Ooh,
yeah,
evil.
yeah, he's definitely frowned upon by the liberal democratic side, the left here. Which
the Marxist?
Well, yeah, and it's like being in the Milwaukee area, I learned quick that it wasn't going to be a lot of right-wing conservatives. We're dealing mostly with left-wing Marxist, socialist, educated people that these are college kids. And
when you say educated, you mean indoctrinated?
Well, indoctrinated through whatever various college, private or public, but it's like these schools almost train these kids, and they're all the same. They parrot the same views, the same points. It's just it's getting old, but I don't think there's much we can do about it.
Yeah.
Other than get our side across, which is not necessarily. A lot of people say, "Oh, well, you're right wing and extreme." Da 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 da. I'd like to say that it was more like a middle perspective. You're just analyzing it from the Constitution's point. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, it comes down, it's not even just the middle. Many people are left and definitely very right on different issues. When it comes to me, I'm for whatever rights there are possible out there. I would have been for gay marriage. I'm for gay marriage, yet I'm for decriminalizing marijuana. Both these things on stuff like that, I'm for a capitalistic market. You can go extreme right-wing, where I want free capitalistic markets, and I also want gay marriage and legalization of marijuana. I believe that there are such things as victimless crimes, where You get charged for DWI for drinking too many beers. You go out, you're not speeding, you're not hurting anyone. You drive home, you get pulled over in your parking lot, you get DWI. Did you hurt anyone? No. Do you increase the odds of hurting someone? Yes. But did you hurt anyone? No. I'm not a fan of stuff like that. So you can't really call someone a middle, left, or right. You're kind of everywhere. You're on the side of freedom, basically, to
Exactly.
getting the government out of my life.
It's like there's all these labels like anarcho-capitalism and like voluntarist societies and all these like, but it's all really about freedom, isn't it? I mean, and then they'll say, well, freedom, you turn into definitions, but everybody wants the same thing, which is like just their human rights, you know?
Yeah.
The basic rights that they should be given.
Well, they try and limit it all just so the government, can be the nanny state and take care of us. But when you do that, you actually give away all your rights to the government, so they have more rights than you just so they can be able to take care of you. But it never works out that way. It never works out that way.
All right. Well, we only got about 3 minutes left, so I want to thank Matt for coming on at the short notice, man. You can come back anytime, bro. Definitely thanks for stopping in. I'm glad that you... I wasn't sure what your stance on cannabis was, so I'm glad you said that. I actually was going to ask that, so I'm glad that you said that.
No, just get the government out of everything. To be honest,
I agree.
I could, personally, would I use it? Probably not. Would I go out and do crack cocaine? No. But do I think people have the rights to do it as long as they're not harming or taking away the rights of other people? Yeah, I do.
Definitely. All right. Well, I don't think Harry's going to be live at 9. It might be Steve. I think John's going to queue up a song for us, if you can pull one up, and then we're just going to head it out. And thanks for tuning in, guys. Matt Larson. Oh, make sure you pimp your channel, Matt.
You can go to youtube.com/MattLarson10 with 1 T, MattLarson10, Matt Larson 10.
Awesome. Thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Yep, you too.
Take care, man. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I'm kind of freaked out about that whole landing gear thing.
The landing gear story?
Yeah, I'm trying to find more information on it.
I looked through the article. There wasn't tons of good information there. But Matt Larson's a cool dude, definitely doing his thing. I just like that he he keeps it real with his actual life, you know what I mean? He's like, I like sports, and that's how I am. That's like why we were talking about UFC the other day. It's like we can't be afraid to talk about actual life, you know what I mean? Like we don't have to talk about only the government all the time. But so I'm just gonna take it out with this song. What is this, John?
It's called Attacking Your Mind. It's about all the propaganda and how they just are trying to disarm us. So yeah, that'd be a good one to end the show with and take us out with.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to The Rundown. We'll be back on Monday, 8 o'clock. Not sure who we're going to have on, but I'm sure we'll try to find somebody.
Make sure you check out Big P Zone and NGO News Facebook. Thank you, guys.
Peace.
Tell me what you're doing to unlock mine. Doing all I can, thinking why try. Watching government, got a bird's eye. Sitting to my left, you'll be prescribed. If you want the truth, I'm the right guy. Know I'm gonna tour when they get signed. Here to make change, it's about time. Labels hit me up, know they subscribe. Do it like Hostess, cream pie. Everybody knows me, worldwide. Everybody mails me. Do it every day, do it every day, do it every day, do it every day. Closing your eyes, doesn't make it go away. Attacking your mind, they do it every day. Do it every day, yeah, they do it every day. Do it every day. Closing your eyes, doesn't make it go away. Attacking your mind, they do it every day. Yeah, they do it every day. Do it every day, yeah, they do it every day. Do it every day, yeah, they do it every day. Submit
to the money, all they want you to believe. And listen to me now, cause you've been deceived. Our potential is unlimited, but not according to the government. Seeking destruction, it's all by design. You have nothing left to leave behind. And making us useless, we only consume. Don't question anything outside your room. Mandated vaccines filled with mercury, and the side effects from the drugs on TV. We don't need labels for the GMOs. Shut up and eat it, let our profits grow. Allow us to patent all of real life while you're too busy watching two teams fight. Toxic waste in the water supply for no other reason than watching you die. Take the red pill, you can see the effects. You see the propaganda, see the subjects. Unlimited wealth, printing press, still paying interest.